Welcome to the Take It Home podcast. Podcast so bad we really should just take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons 17. Tonight we got the dynamic duo. I'm gonna pass it off to my tag partner. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Zach Hendricks. Find me on all social media at Z Hendricks Brand. And of course, look up your mama's favorites at Country Air Official and Country Air Brand all over the social medias. And again, it's just a dynamic duo because he's internationally known, locally respected, doing it for the Ref brand. Hashtag celebrate pro wrestling and hashtag take it home podcast.
Yeah, shout out to at Perch XLV. He is either prepping or on his way to his WrestleMania week event. So if you're out there in the Vegas area, give him a shout out. If he's got, I don't know if he's got his Celebrate Wrestling magazine with him, but if he does, uh, pick it up. If not, take pictures for volume two that I'm sure he'll do. But how was the food hunt this week, brother?
Food wasn't bad. Got some quesadillas out in the Dells. What else? Did some wings and mozzarella sticks. Last night, did Oscars. Got some cheese dogs. Got myself a chocolate shake. Val got herself a hot fudge malt, which I've never heard of before, but a hot fudge malt. So it was really
Very
delicious.
Midwest thing.
Oh yeah. And then Friday we did some burrito tacos. A lot of tacos and more tacos to come.
Hey, no problem with that.
Sunday.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
I had steak tacos this weekend. Finally got out to get some pho around here, so that was really good. On Friday, went to
Sure,
Panera.
only time I've ever had pho or whatever was a time we were in Philly.
Yeah, 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 and that was the last time I had it. There's a spot where I used to live. Um, but yeah, I love pho, and yeah, I hadn't had it, and I fucking murdered mine very quickly. It was good. Yeah, it was good. So happy I got some of that. Had ribeye, eggs, and cheese grits for breakfast on Sunday. That was very good. Got to get through this ribeye, and I'm supposed to make that last one tonight, and totally forgot. Um, had some Estacion Inca, some Peruvian chicken today. That really hit the spot for lunch.
We're making Val's meatloaf right now. It's like a really good like ketchup brown sugar meatloaf, like stuffed with all this cheese. So like we would have had this podcast an hour later. I've talked about that too, but we'll get it over.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you. But if this podcast isn't over and it's not an hour later, do you have a banger of the week?
Yeah, let me get to my Spotify. I did find something on the Discovery that I liked. Fight Back by Kanata Small.
I feel like we have that one.
Nope, it's new.
It's new, or
It
have
was
you
definitely
has
this.
Kanata Small been a thing before?
I don't think so. Maybe a fight something.
Maybe.
I feel like this is new.
Fight back. Kanata Small. Like, no, it's in here.
Oh,
Like, hey, this is what I
what
remember
about?
because I'm pretty sure I listened to this one.
Hmm.
I think I was going to do a
I
TikTok
guess.
review to that. I think I remember
If
it.
it- yeah, it's like I'm the leader of the pack. I will fight back.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think I might have one saved that I had started one.
All
Uh,
right, now I got another one that's new. Sky High by Milkman.
Sky High.
It's like the same beat as like you see the Fuck You by CeeLo.
Oh, okay. By Milkman. Ooh, this podcast is growing. Check it. I know they lie. Oh man, this is already a good.
Yeah, it pops off like it catches your attention right away, right?
Yep, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, like that one
Once I
popped up on
finish that,
Discovery.
once I finish that first TikTok, that second one will be that. If I know who.
Yeah, bro. Like I was like at the gym and I would just put on some Discovery. It popped up. And I was like, oh, I get down on this one.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. Like I am intrigued by the sample, and if it's got the fuck you, okay, yeah,
I don't know if it has to fuck you, but it's the same like melody and all that. The same like if you listen to it, it's that same melody. I
Okay.
think.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Um, but we were some chatty Cathy's. Hope we before this podcast started. Hopefully, we can keep it going a little bit. Did you watch anything interesting this week, brother?
I watched like the end of Raw, like with Heyman, Roman, Seth, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Penta versus Finn.
Yeah.
Um,
I
yeah,
think
and
I
then Mark.
watched Raw, but I don't remember much of it. Oh,
Not gonna lie,
because once
super
again,
disappointed.
God damn the structure.
Yeah, like
It was
I mean,
painful.
it's just one of those like. Did you hear that Mania is gonna be 9 hours each night?
I mean, I imagine that's with like it's like a 9 hour block on Peacock, so that's got to be like pre-show, all the like
Yeah, pre-show, blah blah blah, post-show.
oh yeah, and all that shit. Which
Yeah,
yeah,
because
I'm
the
not gonna
show's
watch
probably gonna
all
be
of it.
like probably 5 or 6 hours. I would
Yeah, I'd
assume.
imagine Mania like the actual matches. I mean, I didn't text a topic because I figured we'd go over the card.
Yep, and like I'll
Night
talk about
one,
it.
they
Like
have one, two,
I
three,
go.
four, five, six, 7 matches listed, and 6 matches for night two.
I'm very disappointed with how big the SmackDown tag division is, how deep it is, and how like they did that whiteboard like whole story thing, explain
Yeah,
how
they did the
everything
whole
connected and all that.
Charlie
And
from yeah.
there's no match. Like I'm sorry, like I'm happy to see Raw's World Tag Titles on there. Love tag titles on Mania. Don't get like not
Yeah,
try, but
yeah. But it
like New
definitely
Day
seemed
and
like
War
it should have
Raiders
been
have
their spot.
yeah. Like I was just like I'm not trying to be that guy or sound ungrateful, but like it should have been a 5-way with the machine guns,
Especially
profits.
like
Like,
no offense, but over I'm happy that the women get their spot, but definitely over the women's tag. Should
bro,
have been the
I,
SmackDown's tag.
I just like not like Raw's. Oh, like not to be mean to the War Raiders, but what have they been doing?
Like it's I think they've actually been doing stuff these couple weeks. So like
Yeah,
that's why
because it's
I'm not
Mania
upset that
season.
they're on, but
Yeah, but like they
I
just can't.
don't
Like they
think the women's
just
tag should have been on because that like this is one of those things like this should have the women's tag should have been the story to be big for the next pay-per-view.
who are they working? I don't even know who they're working.
It's Raquel and Morgan versus Bailey and Lyra.
Oh yeah,
Like
Lyra's the
that should have
Intercontinental
been
champion.
something that you build for the next pay-per-view. That one got thrown together way too quickly.
I just like yeah, like I'm maybe like we might get an announcement because I feel like they don't have like obviously I don't see Randy's, but I'm assuming it's gonna be Sunday. But Randy's gonna probably have a match.
Yeah, Randy will probably because what it's only so far 6 matches listed for Sunday, 7 on Saturday. So they can definitely fit either Randy or if because there's a tag title match this Friday, right? For the go home.
Hopefully it ends in chaos and they set it up. I
Yeah,
just feel
because
like
they could do
you
it and
like
ends in chaos, and then that gets moved. Uh, some
that's
type
what I'm
of
hoping for.
finale gets moved to WrestleMania.
I'm hoping. Like I just like I said, I don't want to sound grateful, but I saw the both the other tag titles man in the match. I was like, how is the SmackDown
And
tag
that's the
title
thing,
been
yeah,
the most
it's
interesting
still like a tag team championship match, but just if we're just going off of like
stories?
stories, you could have saved the women's tag, build it a little bit longer for
You
the
could have
next
even
pay
saved
per
not
view.
to sound bad. You could have saved the New Day and War Raiders.
You
Like
could have
not to
saved the
sound
New
bad, you could have
Day.
had the New Day come out and been like, "What? We ain't good enough to be on WrestleMania." Like they could have.
Actually, the problem with the New Day and War Raiders is that the New Day should have already won the tag titles, and this should have been the rematch.
Yep.
That's actually what the problem is with it. Is that New Day should have already won the titles, and this should have been the rematch.
No, what the real problem was they didn't put Ray Phoenix on Raw and just have New Day against
That
Lucha
is
Brothers.
a very interesting decision that they've made.
I think it's because Penta's so over right now, and they want Ray to get over by himself before they introduce the Lucha Brothers. I think it's more of like let's introduce the we had
Well, it's
Penta introduced
also
by.
Penta is a much better promo than Ray.
I feel like they're just gonna work on him a little bit. They're gonna freshen him up, but they're gonna
Yeah,
have that draft coming
if
soon.
for that WWE style, like Penta is a better
Which
promo.
maybe like Yeah, but like I think once they
He's
start
got
wrapping
the
up that,
swag. He's got the the airport look. He's got the
he's always
what
had the
else
airport look.
did Gabe call it? He's got the walk where if it was blacked out,
The
that
silhouette.
yeah, he's got the silhouette. So he ticks all the boxes where if they were going to go with a not great speaking champion because of language barriers, it would be Penta.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think they're gonna let Ray like kind of shine on his own, help build him up. But I definitely feel like when they get the draft come in, one of those two are switching brands.
Yeah, yeah. And
I would like
you
to
could also
see.
look at it as like, yeah, Ray probably should have gone to Raw to deepen that tag division, but SmackDown's tag division is deep enough.
That's why I think Ray will go to Raw. Let's just manifest it now. Mania 42. Let's get a Lucha Bros Machine Guns match.
Well, this is actually what's interesting. I mean, me and one of the homies from work were talking. Who wins the Rumble next year?
We'll have to wait till we get to Rumble season. It's
Because
too early,
really, if
bro.
I'm
Rumble
looking at
season
it,
just
I think right now my pick is Penta.
yeah, Penta would be a good one. But not to sound weird, it could be Gunther.
It could be Gunther, but that's
Yeah,
also the thing. Like, do you have Jay hold it that long?
Jay might not hold it that long, but who says Gunther's going to win the chase back?
Like, I don't know. It's interesting. It's
I feel like Balor's going to be set up for it.
that who's going to be set up for it?
I feel like Balor's going to be the one to dethrone Jay.
Balor. I could see that.
Balor's due, bro. I feel
Balor
like
is very overdue. I
Balor's
saw
overdue.
somebody say that
I think
if
Triple H
Balor
likes
never
him.
got hurt, he would be what Cody is right now.
Yeah, I
And
believe
I
that.
can
I think
totally see that.
yeah, so like maybe with like he's been killing with the Judgment Day. They haven't made him look weak. He's been looking strong.
And it's
I
definitely
don't think
looking like there's going to be a split there
I
soon.
guess he Dominic Mysterio winning the Intercontinental title on Finn.
I could. I would be okay. I would definitely be okay with a Dominic run.
Oh, I mean, I'm just saying, like, how do you get some heat? Dominic Lewis gets in Dominic's ear. They get Finn out. Finn, like, can still be a heel, but, like, fucking on his own. Really pissed off. JD's going to come back, a split with the Judgment Day there because JD will be with Finn probably. But,
Yeah,
like,
Dom
I
and
can see, I
Mia.
think Finn's like the next, like, after Jay, I don't think Jay's going to have a long run. I think I'd be shocked if Jay doesn't win the belt.
Like, I can
I
see
would be,
Jay not winning the belt.
I can see Jay winning the world title. I just feel like like, it's just, I don't know. If like it'd be weird after all this time building up the way they've been building it up, the self doubt and all that, like just to not pay it
Like,
off.
that's Cody year one.
Yeah, but Jay's also already wrestled Gunther so many times. Cody didn't get to meet Roman once.
Yeah, but that's also like the story. Like Rhea's
Yeah,
never
but
beaten Io.
yeah, but like
Like
we're not. Are
they
we really
have
gonna
shown that
entertain?
it's I don't know if they will, you know, do the New Japan payoffs of how they do that, for so long because it was Evil hadn't beaten Ishii like for 7 years before he got his first win against Ishii.
That's true. I don't know.
I don't know if they'll
I'm
go that far, but it definitely seems like they are paying attention to those records. And like you said with Bianca, they're not talking about it, but they know it's there. They brought up Rhea's never beaten Io.
oh
They
yeah, I think
seem to
it's
be
gonna
leaning
be
into the Jay hasn't beaten Gunther.
yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting. At least it's like an intriguing rumble.
Yeah, I think next year's Rumble is I right now because I feel like once Mania ended last year, we knew like okay, Cody's gotta win it next year, or at least we
Yeah,
had like ideas of who guys could win it at this point last year. This year, I
yeah.
think
This
it's
year,
pretty wide open.
yeah. I mean, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah,
Clean slate of paper. Also, do you think The Rock shows up? Should we just
it
go
would
through the
be,
cards?
huh? I mean, we can
So should
just
we
go
just
ahead
go
and
through the?
move on to the top. I mean, do we want to go quickly over what we did this weekend? Because like we
Yeah, we
didn't
can do
do.
that first. Talk about your birthday.
Yeah, I stayed at home and played video games. Yeah, I didn't do much this weekend. It's kind of responsibilities. Just checking over the house, and then yeah, stayed at home playing video games. My dad came to visit. He looked at the house and talked about stuff that, yeah, just some good old adulting. How about you?
Yeah, we had CJ Cole's bachelor party. You know, Thursday. It started Thursday, was till Sunday. Thursday, like kind of like had a little bachelorette dinner. They then went to the house, chilled, had a fire. Friday, went to the water park, hung out there for a little bit. But when we realized there was a bunch of dudes just sitting on a hot tub, we ended up leaving, going to get food. We got food. Think we what else did we do? Later that night we went to the arcade, played some did this laser tag, but instead of laser tag, it was like these water orbies type deal where you shoot each other, and like I didn't think it was gonna be that bad because Jack and I used to shoot each other with that and it didn't hurt at all. Bro, these things were big. And like they said go and like someone got me right in the neck, bro. I was like, holy shit. There was one point though when it was like I think it was Armando, Jack, and Gunner had Chucky in the fetal position. All three of them were shooting him.
God.
It was great. But we did that. We did a couple rounds of go-karts on Sunday. We did this laser maze, but it was very like not as cool as we thought it'd be. So we had 2 rounds of it on our cards, but we opted just to do the one.
Yeah,
Oh, we mini golfed. I didn't lose. Armando Alvarez lost. We were competing for last place, and I didn't lose.
that's all that matters.
And I think Armando was the only one that didn't nail a hole in one.
Oh,
There was a hole where everyone got a hole in one except me and Armando, and then I got a hole in one on one of them.
okay.
And Jack Morris got 2 holes in ones because I hit one of his balls in by accident.
All right.
So yeah, it was a good time. The Sunday, like yeah, we played. There was a lot of video games, and we watched. Bro, we watched some old movies. Like we watched Dark Knight. Um,
It's like you children.
no, but then, no, that wasn't like not old, but like still like decently
I
not
mean,
that like
no,
not.
it's also when you bring it up, yeah, no, the Dark Knight is old, but it's
It's
just
like a decade, bro.
it's the Dark Knight is more than a decade. That's
That's
got
what
to
I'm
be,
saying.
yeah, it's more than a decade, but it's just the difference when I say I'm gonna watch an old movie, it's not that recent, which is also terrifying because like, yeah, no, that should qualify as an old movie.
Yeah, that one. This one's not really old, but it's technically old. We watched The Interview.
Oh, the Franco
Well,
movie?
Yeah, James Franco and Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was man. Remember when that movie came out? How wild that was! Where it was going to be in the theater and then got canceled, then it got to Netflix.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, we watched that. They played a lot of WWE 2K. I'm not the best special guest referee, but we did the job. We ended up right before I got thrown out. I was able to count the three, and Gunner lost his winning streak. So yeah,
That's all that matters.
yeah. But yeah, got home Sunday, pretty much relaxed, and that was that.
Okay. All right. So why don't we go down this WrestleMania card and talk about it.
Yeah.
Night one, Jade Cargill versus Naomi. I love Naomi's new look. I love her promos that we're doing right now. I am intrigued by Jade Cargill getting her first Mania match because when she was in AEW, we saw her first 60 matches. Her first 60 matches were televised. And she has gotten better over time. I think Naomi has been stellar in ring, and her excursion to TNA only made her better. The story has been good. The Twitter back and forth has been hot. So I'm pretty excited for this one.
Yeah, no, I think it'll be good. I mean, I definitely think it's gonna be Naomi's gonna be really good. I think it's gonna be like it'll be fun to see how Cargill does now. Like it's like technically like one of her first singles matches.
Yep, one of her first singles matches in WWE. And yeah, like I said, we saw her become who she is now in AEW. Like that thing, they didn't do house shows. So all of her, and she wasn't on the road doing indie appearances. So I mean, I don't know now. I'm sure she's done a couple house shows now for the E, but like most of her matches have all been on TV. Kind of like how Dom was. And then Dom's character found himself, but I feel like Jade always had the character. It's just that the in ring needed to catch up. So I'm intrigued.
Oh yeah.
Next we got Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano, which I'm sure will be good. It's amazing that Rey's still doing it. He had a great match with Julius Creed the other night. And I'm sure with a lucha legend such as El Grande Americano, they'll do some good lucha.
Yeah, yeah, it's good to see Grande Americano make his WrestleMania debut. I think he deserves it.
Yeah, yeah, he's like that they tried to blackball him, but with talent that good, who can really blackball anybody?
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't. And
Um,
he's out here. He's gonna make his debut against a lucha legend. So
yeah. I do hope, I love Ray. I do think Ray's best character work was in Lucha Underground as mostly a mentor. So I do hope that because also they reference Lucha Underground so much on WWE, it's slightly uncomfortable. So I know they watch it. So I do hope that we start to move him more into that role because Dragon Lee is good. Mendoza and Joaquin Phoenix are a great tag team, so I'd like to see those guys shine a little bit more.
yeah.
It's if we turn Ray into Undertaker, where we only get the Mania matches, I am totally fine with that. But I think it's time for on the week to week basis that we just start pushing the rest of the LWO. United States Championship. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Another
I didn't
big
realize that, dude.
main
They were talking
event.
about how Jacob Fatu was like has like the number four like undefeated streak in WWE history right now.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, like
Not
number five or
surprising.
number four like WWE like streak.
Okay. That's another one where I'm loving how they do his promos. Just the walk and talk backstage, just talking that street shit.
Oh, yeah, Jacob Fatu is like definitely yeah. I think it's gonna be. I like LA Knight, but I definitely think it's gonna be. I think Fatu's winning. I think he's
I,
gonna stay undefeated.
yeah, yeah. I think this is Jacob Fatu's time. It definitely feels like they have been waiting. They had to wait so long to pull the trigger on him because of just how big the bloodline story was, and I'm intrigued to see. Like that's another one we talk about. Who's going to win the Rumble. Jacob Fatu is definitely, I think, somebody primed to possibly main event WrestleMania next year.
Oh yeah, no, Jacob Fatu could definitely be, especially if Jay for some odd reason you see Fatu coming after Jay,
Yeah, yeah. If Jay has it by then, I could definitely see that. Um,
or even if Cody takes it back from because
yeah, yeah. If Cody takes it back, because yeah, we're assuming Cena retires at the
I'm
end of the
going for
year.
Cena. I'm a Cena guy.
It's like I am not 100% sold that Cena. I mean, we'll get there. We'll get there. Uh, World Tag Team Championship, War Raiders and the New Day. We
New
talked
Day.
about this a little bit. I just feel like the New Day should have already won the titles, and this should have been the rematch.
Yep, nope. I definitely think New Day. It's their time.
Yeah, it's
I
their
think it'll be a
time.
good match. War Raiders will shine up and it'll be good. It'll be fun for them. But yeah, it's New Day.
Yeah, it's New Day, and yeah, no, love the War Raiders. I kind of miss their. I was thinking about this the other day. I miss their funny promos with Ivar. I do miss that. But no, yeah, they've been working these past. It's been a long 7 weeks since Elimination Chamber, so they've actually been doing stuff. It's just that maybe that this uh should have happened a little earlier while they were doing all that stuff.
There should have been a little bit more beefing.
Yeah, this should like yeah. That's the thing. New Day just DQ'd themselves, like blatantly cheated.
Oh,
And
against the War Raiders?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
Yeah, they already had a match for the titles, and New Day cheated and got caught. And this is a rematch. I just think like New Day should have just won dirty, and then that this should have been like the no DQ type, maybe tornado tag um rematch.
Yeah,
Uh WWE Women's Championship, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. This story has gone off the rails.
I would go with yeah. This story's been so weird.
Yeah. Like I feel like I can't say what's in anybody's heart, but I think Charlotte really wanted that big pop return, and the fans didn't give it to her, and it kind of shook her up.
No, definitely. Like I think she was expecting to get a welcome back or something, and
Yeah,
the crowd just booed the hell out of
hell
her.
out of her, which
And then when they found out her and Andrade like got divorced, they like instead of like any sympathy like she thought she was gonna get, she just got
it
booed more.
booed, yeah, which is unfortunate because I like Charlotte, and I like Tiffany, but they have tried to salvage this by, doing that half shoot, and it just has not worked.
No, not at all. Do
Um,
you think wins it?
I think Charlotte wins it. I think it'll be a good match. I
Yeah, I
think
think
it'll
it'll be a
be,
good match. Like I think it's like a weird build up at the
yeah, I just
match will
think
at least stay.
it just hasn't been the build that it maybe could have been.
Yeah.
World Heavyweight Championship, Gunther versus Jey Uso.
I think it's main event Jay Uso's time.
I do think it's main event Jey Uso's time, but I will not be surprised if Gunther wins.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised because Gunther's been a record guy, and
Yeah,
like they're gonna try to have him build up that record. And unfortunately, to build up a record, you have to beat people that you think like Roman had to.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's
at
going to
the
hold
same
it.
time, I
Definitely,
can see that
he's
like
not beating that Roman record. But what is the? Do we know what the record is for the World Heavyweight Championship title reign?
maybe Rollins maybe said it.
Uh,
Maybe I don't know. It's got to be like a year or something.
let's see if I can find it real quick. Because also, like that's an interesting one where I think now you like because you can definitely. I mean, we'll get to it, but like some of those guys in the IC scene feel like they should be moving up after pretty soon, and all of them versus Gunther, I want to see.
Yeah, like Penta, Braun
Braun,
Breaker.
yeah, like all of them, I would love to see. And I really think like the biggest problem with Gunther's reign has been that there hasn't been that many opponents.
Yeah. I mean, that'll be an interesting one. I think it's going to be Jay, though. I think maybe they're going to play into like, oh, Gunther's that like, really like his short, like because he's had such long reigns, so he's going to like can play into like oh, he's not used to losing that quick. And we can
Okay,
see a
yeah,
different side.
I think it is Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I want to say Rollins has the record.
Longest reign, 316 days. Gunther is at 255. So definitely, I think that is definitely because what that puts us at like SummerSlam for Jay to take it, which I think that is a more reasonable maybe run for Jay to take it to WrestleMania than a year.
True. Yeah.
you know. Because also, you got elimination chamber or war games in there where he doesn't have to defend it. You've got some other shows in there where he doesn't have to defend it. So I think maybe I could definitely see
So,
Gunther winning it, and then some of those guys in the IC scene moving up to be his opponents.
yeah. And then
Triple.
main event's a triple threat, ain't it?
Yep, triple threat: Seth, Roman, and Punk.
I'm gonna say somehow Punk's over with the favor.
I'm going with our tribal chief.
We're gonna be split. I'm gonna go with Punk.
Yeah, this
But
one
Punk
is
already won in his book because he gets the main event.
this is an interesting one. I do think that unfortunately I don't think Seth's winning after what happened on Raw with him.
Yeah, with him, like it's a kind of formulated. If you stand on top, like what's his name, the young goat, just was on top for against Oba and Trick, and like I was like, ah, it's
Yeah,
a kiss of death.
yeah, unfortunately. Javion Evans, yeah, he was just over with the big double cutter. I think his time is coming, just not at Stand and Deliver, unfortunately. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, I think in my heart of hearts, I'm not the. I guess I'm the biggest Roman Reigns fan. Roman Reigns is one of the biggest fan of out of all three of these guys. Um, but I feel what Seth is saying, in his promos that as to what this match means. Um,
yeah,
so I would, in my heart, I would like Seth to win, but I think it comes
yeah. I
down,
think I'd like to see Seth win, but like I just feel like Punk's gonna win with that favor somehow.
and I think the wise man smartens up and betrays Punk and goes to his tribal chief.
We'll see. Punk's the
Night
OG.
yeah, night two, AJ Styles, Logan Paul. I'm
I think
hoping
this will be.
AJ.
I'm going AJ as well,
I'm hoping
but I
AJ.
think it'll be fun to watch.
I think it'll be a good match. I do
Do you think we see a double phenomenal form?
I don't know that AJ is as athletic as Ricochet to pull that off.
But Logan Paul might have the athleticism to meet him.
And this is also, the thing is you got to remember the greatest wrestler of all time, the Hurricane Shane Helms, is calling his matches. I'm sure he's well aware of what everybody's ability in these matches is.
That's true.
Um, so if he thinks a double phenomenal forearm could happen, I think it will. But just how AJ's been talking lately, I think he's going to be a bit more protective of his body in the coming years, and that's a big one to pull off.
That's true. Like
Uh,
he doesn't like I heard in a podcast years ago like about that 450 splash, and he
yeah.
said he doesn't like hit the springboard 450 unless he's like hitting it.
Hmm.
So he's not missing that bump no more.
Yeah. So I just think the the double springboard, the double lucha launch, there's just a lot of mechanics in that that
Yeah,
it can go wrong. I mean, I guess I don't follow Logan Paul on social media, but I do. I will be intrigued to see what move he steals this week. You
do you
know,
think he's gonna try to steal the Shane Mercer one?
I mean, I don't know because it's like obviously they're giving a lot of love to Shane Mercer because on the LFG show that Humphrey girl is using his power slam
Yeah, that's how I saw that.
as a finisher. So that's all. It's also like the weird thing. It's like, okay, you guys obviously watch this guy. Why aren't you signing him?
Who
Uh,
knows?
but yeah, it's like we've got Logan using the I mean, I don't know if he's going to be able to do the full moonsault and battery, but he'll at least, you got to figure he can hit the at least the moonsault slam. Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
he'd be able to gorilla press AJ while he's up there into it. He's using the mass driver, which is always funny to me. I was like, Zach tried to do that, and not everybody can take it.
Oh yeah. The
Uh,
Which one's that again?
the backdrop into the DDT.
Oh yeah. Not many people can do it.
Yeah, but they've obviously been smart about picking his opponents because first it was Ray and now it's AJ.
Yeah, they're finding guys who I can help lead.
Yeah, who can definitely lead and allow him to do those big moves. So I am very intrigued to see what he will whip out this week. That, WWE casuals will leech onto and say that, oh, he's so amazing and so inventive. It's like, no, it's just the greatest wrestler of all time. Shane Helms watches everything.
Yeah, and knows what he could do from the indies.
Yeah.
But no cartwheel German. We'll be fighting.
If he whips out the cartwheel German,
I feel honored.
I would lose my shit. Especially the electric one, because that's your variation now, because the other one was out of the corner, right? That you took it from.
Yeah,
But now, yeah,
yeah,
if it's
yeah.
the electric one, yeah, we know who he's watching.
The leg trip one's smoother too, I think. I think it
So
makes more sense.
it's very long to cut for a TikTok. I mean, both of them are very long to cut for a TikTok, but the electric one especially so.
It's just smooth.
um, but yeah, that is what I am most intrigued about is what Logan Paul will steal this week. That will have the casuals going crazy. Sin City Street Fight, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. I'm kind of disappointed that this isn't the same night as the triple threat, so that maybe we get another glass break reference with Punk, because that was fun when that happened. Um, Feel like I'm going Priest on that one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Priest too.
That one is intriguing, but I think I'm going Priest. That was a
I
push.
don't know, man. That could be either or because
Yeah,
McIntyre.
that's definitely one that could go either way, which is
Like I feel like Priest, but McIntyre is like kind of due. But he did win the match at Mania a couple times.
yeah. Intercontinental Championship Fatal Four Way: Braun Breaker, Dom, Penta, and Finn.
I'm saying either Penta or Dom.
I'm saying Penta or Dom. I think the only thing that we're certain of is that coming out of this, Judgment Day is no more.
Yeah, definitely think it's gonna be a betrayal somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere out of
Definitely,
this, Finn
I
and
definitely think Finn's gonna go towards the world title after this.
yeah, and then like I said, I think it makes more sense for I think it makes sense for Dom to win so that the other three could start chasing that world title.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's like my if I was to go, I would have Dom somehow betray Finn. Like even if Finn hit the coup de grace, selling his leg, and I don't know if Dom comes up the top of a frog on Finn. One, two, three.
And then also it's because like the Intercontinental team is still pretty deep because we still
That's
have
what I'm saying. Like
Dunn,
you'll still have
still have
Kaiser, you'll
Dunn, we
still
still
have
have
like
Kaiser.
Dunn.
With Dunn, I mean technically we could still have Tyler Bate. Um, we'll see what
There's
happens with Stand and Deliver because you got to assume some of those guys are coming up and you could slot a lot of them into that Intercontinental scene.
there's probably guys that were like Chad Gable
Yeah, Chad Gable finally.
Or American Grande.
Yeah, those guys.
There's like yeah, so many like so that like the Intercontinental scene pretty much like these guys like a lot of these guys should be after this match should be going up to the world title scene.
Yeah.
Like Breaker, Finn, Penta.
Yeah, like Dom's the only one who I think makes
I
sense
think
to
Dom will. I
stay.
think Penta would be cool just because it's Penta and he like obviously a championship on Penta would be dope.
Yeah.
But like I just feel like when you look at it, though Dom, like Dom's like would probably like it benefits the most story wise of Dom.
Yeah. Like I could definitely see, yeah, if it's either Dom or Penta, I feel.
I
Uh,
can even see Finn hitting the coup de grace on someone, Dom pitch Finn out and steal the pin.
yeah, I could definitely see that. Women's Tag Team Championship: Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez versus Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. I feel like Liv Morgan has lost all her Mania matches.
Yeah, I think she'll win, but I don't know. Should have been the SmackDown tag titles.
Yeah, should have been SmackDown tag titles. Lyra is already the women's Intercontinental champion. I don't think they're gonna double up her on belts just
I
yet.
don't really feel like they're keen on doubling up people on belts. Like at NXT, they always vacate it.
There was no, I don't think there was really a reason for Stephanie to vacate the women's national
Especially if you're gonna do a
North
night,
American.
especially if you're gonna have her defend the title, like the titles
That
twice in one night.
it's in one night anyway. It just seemed very unnecessary.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. And like when Keith Lee did it, like they had him like drop the belts,
Yeah.
like vacate the belt. So I just don't feel like WWE. Like I get it, you have a deep roster, not you don't need double champions.
Yeah, just don't just don't do double champions. Like
Like also like not to sound weird, like why like Valkyria defending her Intercontinental title on Mania?
to me, that actually, I think there's better storyline with her defending the title between her and Ivy Nile because they had a pretty good match. I thought that could have been an interesting build to this instead of this kind of thrown together
Tag
tag
title.
team tag title match. Like Ivy Nile's been having some of her best matches lately with Lyra. So with her and uh Coda.
Yeah,
So like
as I'm
that
saying,
as
it's
a
like
triple threat, I think might have made more sense than the women's tag team championship.
exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Um WWE Women's World Championship triple threat. Io, Rhea, Bianca.
The streak has to live until they acknowledge
Yeah,
it.
Bianca. I think Io's taking the pin.
Yeah, Io's taking the pin, but Bianca's taking the win because, like I said, Bianca's undefeated and like they do things for a purpose and
Yeah,
like
it
they
does
have.
seem.
To, I feel like they're gonna acknowledge the undefeated streak before it gets ended.
Yeah.
Even then, you have to go on for a while. Like you can't just
Uh,
be like, "Oh, you're undefeated," and then immediately lose. I mean, you can, I guess, but that'd be wild.
yeah, that'd be weird, but I think yeah, it feels like they are bearing pretty. I'm not saying they're being deliberate, but that does just seem like the way they go. I'm not saying like she's the second coming of Cena with the Make a Wish kids, but she does make sure to get the kids involved in her entrances. Um,
Yeah,
so I do think that it's probably Bianca, and I have no problem with her being the one to establish a new streak. She puts on good Mania matches, so
yeah.
like I'm totally fine. I think this match will be good. Undisputed WWE Championship, Cody and Cena.
Cody and Cena. I'm going. I think we're gonna see number 17.
I do think we're going to see number 17. Um,
I don't know if The Rock's cooking will help out. We saw that he's got some body wash, some lotion, some tattoo
the
cream. So like, Rock's out here enterprising.
yeah, right, wearing New Japan shirts, so no telling what he's doing. It just he just brings in Bullet Club War Dogs to help. That would be
Can you
funny.
imagine?
Just Gabe Kid.
Like John Cena's in charge of the Bullet Club.
Yeah, that would be so weird.
Like I'm in charge of the fucking Bullet Club now.
Yeah.
Chain gang, the bullet. We ain't War Dogs no more. We Bullet Club chain gang style, baby.
Yeah, yeah. I could totally that's the thing, but Gabe
Now
Kid,
you want it. Now you want it.
I do
Like,
want it only because I
yeah.
want
Now like you're thinking about it, you're like, damn, I kind of want that.
it's because I like. I love Gabe Kidd, and his journey has been fun to watch since he was like 17 on the Indies.
Yeah,
And just
fucking. I mean, Bray Wyatt predicted it too at the NWO shirt.
yeah, yeah. So I do think it would be funny if we got a Bullet Club. The only thing is, I guess with that, like I'm trying to think what because WWE's been more attached to Noah lately. So I guess it would
Yeah,
be Team 2000X.
but would you say WWE? I mean, yeah, no, because of like AJ and Shinsuke and all that. I was about to say like
Yeah, and them
it's a more
going over
WWE.
and Tavion Heights going over and almost going over. So their big heel faction is Team 2000X. And as much as I love Ozawa, and I do think he has that appeal that if he did come over, people would like him. I just don't think that it's as an established name as Bullet Club
True,
is the problem.
but I don't know
And
though,
then they
man.
got and fucking Yoshi fucking he was in WWE.
Yoshitatsu.
Yeah, he's in Team 2000X. So that's like they have the connection. But I just don't think for Mania they would make much sense.
What we forgot one match. We forgot because I feel like Orton's gonna have a match. Like
Yeah,
they'd like
Orton's gonna so yes, what is your prediction for the Orton match?
Aleister Black.
You're going Aleister Black?
I'm gonna go. Why not? Like pull the trigger.
No,
You know,
yeah,
you don't got KO. Like why not? Like have a comeback.
that was actually when I was talking with my friend at work. That was my pick too, Aleister Black.
Yeah, I think Aleister Black. He could be like it could be something. He don't like. I mean, I don't know who wins. I mean, I feel like
I went that it somehow goes to no contest because my thought is
yeah,
always you really guys should be starting feuds. Some of these should be the start of feuds to go into your next pay-per-views and start building towards
yeah.
SummerSlam.
Orton's already the poster for Backlash.
Yeah, so yeah, if that's the route you go, no contest. That's we get it at Backlash, run it back.
Yeah, but I think Aleister Black would be a good return. I don't know if Rusev would be as good.
I definitely that was my pick was Aleister Black as well. Um, but yeah, it'll be interesting. I think it'll like I said, some of these builds have been weird. I feel like we've complained a lot, but I am excited for Mania this weekend. I like they always pull it together. Like somebody brought up how AJ has always had terrible builds to Mania, but his matches are always good, so it doesn't matter. Um,
That's true.
it's like the only one like why was he in any Mania match besides Shinsuke? And Shinsuke was the worst match that he's had at Mania.
That's true because he wrestled Shane McMahon randomly, Jer
Yeah,
Jericho.
yeah, like all of those were very random, but they were good. So and no matter what, WWE always pulls it together for Mania. Is this trip second? Is it either second or his third. Um,
Third, I think.
I think it's his third. I think the first one was this is his first. This is his second like full build. I think the first one was like when
Yeah, this takeover.
it was just kind of taking over and damage control for what had happened. So this
Yeah,
was the second full build to it. So I'm intrigued. Some of the storytelling that he has done has been not great, but they always pull it together for Mania. I think he will. I think this might be the him just kind of like finishing up a lot of what he was left over with because like we were talking, it does feel like after this it's a clean slate. Um,
yeah,
so I think next year will be the true test of what he's got.
yeah. Because now, like how you said, like everyone kind of predicted Cody with Roman and all that.
Yeah,
He had those built in. Now you got Cena. The next year's gonna be like, all right, now it's like time to really see how you're building these stars.
yeah. So it should be interesting. So down in the comments, I think I'm an episode behind on loading, but I'll load that up. So sorry, Tom, that we won't get your comment on last week's question tonight. But go ahead down at the bottom. Let us know your thoughts on Mania. What matches are you excited for? Give us some of your predictions, and we'll try to read those next week. But why don't we move on to what we're doing this weekend, brother?
Yes, sir. This weekend starts off on a Thursday with part one of the 420 Classic, where the guru at GRE, go one on one with the I don't know the Greek. What's his Mr. No Show? There we go. That's a better name. Uh, Yanni Giannis GQ. If they shows up, we'll have a match.
If he
You guys are
doesn't, if he doesn't, I'm stepping in. You guys always wanted me versus Zach. I'm the backup.
yeah,
This
Doc
is the
sounds there.
situation. This right
You guys
here.
want to see a real good slow motion match where you high 420 classic people can pay attention? You about to see it in the most slow motion. You vets always say you guys go too fast. Maybe
This is about to be the slowest match ever. If Yanni
you
doesn't
guys want to see a shoulder tackle that takes 2 minutes.
biggest shoulder tackle spot. Like the New York Symphony is in the middle of the spot for some reason. Um, we have
Yep,
a
but yeah,
Saturday.
420 classic night one. Like I said, me versus Johnny. So like I know we have night two coming up the following weekend, which we'll talk about next week. But yep, just on the path to Orin Vite, little by little, taking out these guys who believe it's still like 5, 10 years ago and they can come and do what they want. And Yanni, that was cute when Yanni say like, "Oh, you think you're the greatest ICW World Heavyweight Champion? I'm a 10-time champion. How many defenses?"
It's like he's like you keep getting beaten by that, the longest reigning WCW or the one with the most WCW reigns, Mr. Vacant.
Mr. Vacant. He holds that record, baby.
Yeah, yeah. Mr. Vacant has the most WCW reigns and most ICW reigns.
And fucking, he beat Yanni multiple times for it.
Yep. Um, I'll just be watching Mania.
Oh
Um,
yeah, we got Mania 2, night one, having people over, doing some food. Night two, same thing. Plus it's Easter, so Easter breakfast Sunday.
I don't think I have anything planned for Easter breakfast, but yes, I'll probably come over Saturday. Uh,
Hell yeah.
because I unfortunately have to work early on Monday, and if I went to sleep on the AEW pay-per-view, you best believe I'm probably gonna go to sleep on the WWE
Bro.
pay-per-view.
Yeah, like it's definitely gonna be a rough Monday.
Yeah, so that's probably not. Yeah, I'm probably not staying up if it's going to be another super long one because right now it says a 7 o'clock start time. For
7?
or I think
Let's
that's
see.
7 Eastern too. So
No, 6 us.
there's six us, 6 matches. I mean, the way, yeah, I don't even then. I think that's going to be
Don't forget they're gonna have the Hall of Famers come out. They'll probably have some mid-match promos.
yeah. So yeah, the chances of me staying up are not high.
National anthem both nights.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it's
Very young.
not looking good for your boy. It's like I'm yawning right now. I'm getting tired thinking of it. Um, but with that, I think it's time we taking home, brother. Do you have any final thoughts or questions?
I got nothing.
For me, this is as old. I mean, for the past couple of years, like the funnest weeks in wrestling. Yes, we have had a weird build to Mania, but if you're in the Vegas area, be sure to check out all those independent shows. If you have IWTV or Triller, be sure to keep an eye out on that because I know a lot of those will be streamed. Support all the homies. There's so much wrestling going on. Watch what you love. Um, Support our man Dan Perch at Perch XLV. This has been the Take It Home podcast. Y'all be easy. One.